How's it going, everybody? We're gonna get started on this pool. The liner sprung a leak last year, which is okay. We had planned to replace the liner this year anyway, but since we're doing it, there's no better time than now to really dig in here. If you see down the length of this, as far as I know, this is meant to be straight, and it's kind of bowed out a little bit, same as going on the other side. So we're gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna dig up the footing and see if we can straighten that out. I'm gonna get a padding to go over the sand underneath the liner. That should help with things as far as I can tell. All these corner paddings, we're going to replace all that, and we're going to give the whole thing a coat of paint. I'm going to start by getting all these top rails off, and I'm going to dig out these footings here and just kind of get a lay of the land here and see what we're up against, get a list together, what we need to buy, that sort of thing. So this one is gonna be fun. These things have literally just been falling off since we got the house. And this one, first one I try to take off. There we go. It slides. Okay. Now one thing we got to look at is this opposite end right here on that side is higher up than this side. It looks like they tried to make it level with the deck, and so maybe that rose up over time from frost or something. So that might be a tough one to dive into. But today is just about assessment. See how much work this is going to be, what I got to buy. So this project is the first one in a while that we're going to throw some real money at. The liner alone is a good amount of money. Not to mention all the paint. I'm going to buy an airless paint sprayer. I'm going to splurge on that because I've got a lot of other projects I can use that for too. The reel for the solar cover, I'm going to replace that as well. Probably have to buy some sand for in here. Those ones that are on the deck are going to be tough to get to. I have to think about that. I'm always a little afraid when I get into a project like this. I tend to just keep going deeper and deeper. Get one layer deep and then see something concerning enough to go one more deep, and pretty soon you're just doing the whole thing. So I should probably look up what a brand new pool costs, just so I know we're not getting too far gone on things. Oh yeah, stairs. New set of stairs we're going to get to. This one's going to be expensive. One neat thing, seems I can just about take apart this whole thing with a 5/16, unless they strip out. Okay, we got all these top railing pieces off. We got them all numbered up so they go back in the same spot. And I pulled off all of this padding here that was all along the corners, down on the bottom edge. And some of these spots look not good. See all that rust down there? There's some really bad spots over there where it's completely rusted through. So I did call a pool place to see if they have some availability to come over and just take a look at it. Let me know if I should even bother moving forward. But they are, all those places are going to be busy with pool openings this time of year. So I doubt they're going to be able to get out here soon enough. So I am going to, I think, just rivet some sheet metal over these spots. That's where we're at, making progress. I'm going to start digging up these footings now. All right, I've just got one of the footings dug up over there, one of the 4. That's a lot of work, so think about doing the stuff under the deck first, because I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about that. So I'm stalling. So until then, I'm going to dig up this plate here that goes over the inside of these cross members, or goes over the inside of these things. I don't know what any of this stuff is called, but there's a bar that goes from the footing out there to about here. You can see it right there, and then there's a plate that goes over all 4 of these, and these look like they are coming up, like they've been they're kind of bent up at the spot where each of these uprights are. So, which would make sense. If they're pushing out, then that's the spot that's going to get bent upwards. So we might need to replace those too. Probably is fastened somewhere though, isn't it? Yep, there we go. There's a couple of bolts. 3, 4. Okay. Again, the odds are those are 5/16. Okay, I should just lift up now, and then we'll realize that it has to be replaced. And I'll go inside and I'll realize that we can't buy one, and then we'll buy a new pool. All right? Yeah, look at that. It's just it's getting close to the end of this day, and can't do any work tomorrow. So I really, before I stop, want to find out how difficult this is going to be. Oh, I am not looking forward to this at all. Got a new bucket. All right. This project is paying off. Oh, it sucks. It sucks already. Oh boy. This leg is rusted through. That might be all she wrote. Let's go a little farther. I'll keep thinking. There is a pretty good hole in this leg that I just dug through, and that is going to need a repair, I think. So I don't know. I have to think about what to do. This leg doesn't look so great either. No holes in it yet, though. This sucks. The ground is so wet and sticky. Almost nothing comes off the shovel when I'm trying to dump it. It's like, get a scoop of dirt and scrape it off with your hand. All right, I'm going to take you in here and show you something that I have discovered Oh boy, that hurt. Keep going. Fight through the pain. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Yep. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Here we are. A little farther. A little farther. Okay. There we go. Look at that big hole. Yep. That sucks. So with that, maybe I could have repaired that. Just kind of rivet some metal on all four sides of this leg, the whole length of it, kind of patch it. But you see this rust, it extends all the way. It's pretty rusty all the way down, everything that was touching the ground here. And between that and the condition of the walls, we're going to have to get a new pool. And that bites. That is the biggest bummer since starting this channel. That's going to be expensive. But all in all, I got a quote for just replacing the wall on this, and it wasn't all that much less than getting a brand new pool. So that's what we're going to have to do. I think it's the best, safest option. It doesn't really change what we're doing right now. All this still has to come out. That just might make this a little more fun right now. All right, so yeah, new pool. It's not good. It is. It's a lot more money than I had planned on for this. And it took quite a few days of number crunching to see if we could even pull that off. But at the end of the day, it's what's got to happen. But let me talk about some of the challenges, some of the things that we looked at. So let's say that we just deleted the whole pool. Well, this would take a lot of landscaping to get it back to somewhat of a normal thing. Consider the amount of dirt to fill all this alone. Not to mention, I'd have to put a railing across there on the deck. That's a lot. And yes, now we're used to having a pool, and that's it's nice having a pool. Let's be honest. But a lot of shopping around. I found some good deals. There happens to be, because it's springtime here, there happens to be some deals going on in the first place. So that's good. That saved a little bit. And luckily, we're not, out any work. All this would have had to happen anyway to whether we're just replacing a liner or getting a whole new pool. So, but this will be safer. I don't have to worry about the thing collapsing with my kids in it. It's just an expensive bummer. And it means we're going to have to put off a couple other projects this year. Going to be a little lean for a while, but look to the future. Always look to the future. It's going to be okay. Let me tell you about some of the challenges that I had to go through with this pool, because since I had to learn about them, maybe if you're looking at the same situation or a similar one, these are things you might want to know. So this pool has a deep end, right? It drops about 2 feet from that end to this end. And that is not common, at least these days, I'm coming to learn. So to do that, you need a special liner. You need a special liner that's made and designed to stretch and fill that. And there's not a whole lot of options to do that. It's also a more expensive liner. So I also toyed with the idea of just filling that in and making this flat, which was not appealing in general. It's nice having a deep end if you're going to have a pool. So that's something to watch out for. This is a 48-inch pool wall, and these are hard to come by nowadays. That's not a common height anymore either. In this case, it butts right up to the deck. The deck is meant to be level with the top of the pool. But I decided to go with one that is 4 inches taller, and I'm not gonna dig down to make this 4 inches lower so it lines up with the deck. I'm just going to deal with that being 4 inches up, and I think that might be okay to have a little bit of a something there to, you know, kick your foot up against and let you know that you're right there on the edge. So that'll be fine. That set of stairs you see on the deck, we were going to just get rid of those and get like a ladder instead, because algae and things like that maybe build up underneath the stairs all season long, and you can't clean under that. So that contributes to the whole pool having it harder to keep clean for the whole year. You have the option of either laying the liner directly down on the sand, or you can put a padding over the sand as another level of protection for your liner. As far as I can tell, you also can't find a padding that's made for a pool with a deep end. To even try to make that work, you'd have to get one that's sized bigger than this current pool, and then there's no way you could get it down into there without it being wrinkled, and then that's going to cause wrinkles in the liner when it's all done, and that's where dirt and algae will fall into and grow. So we're not doing that either, and that saved a little bit of money. This long strip here, this goes up over the top of these footings. Those footings go all the way through, and they sit on the cinder block on the outside. It goes all the way through to there. And then this is called a pressure plate that goes down, sits on top of those, and the weight of the water then keeps the wall supported. And this, as you can tell, is in bad shape too. It's rusty. It's all bent up. As far as I know, if you run into that, you can just replace that with some like metal roofing or something. Just get one with a high enough gauge. But another factor that I considered in whether or not we should replace the whole thing. I guess there'll be a lot of scrap metal here at the very least. This is all steel. So let's get to work. I think if I start pulling off these things, and then this whole wall should just collapse in. Then we can pull that out and more easily get to the stuff on the inside. So I'll just pull the skimmer off first. Phillips. Ugh. Fine. Another tool. I'll just start wearing a tool belt. Who would have thought I needed one for a pool? And it's time for the saw. Saw. It's getting exciting now. Yeah. What? Ugh. Any more of those? Yeah, there is. I don't know what happened there. They put a piece of wood down in there and then screwed the wall to it in just these two spots. Actually be a clever trick for the install. Oh, would have been a good shot. What's going on here? Shouldn't that just lift out of there? Well, shouldn't it? That's what tetanus looks like. Yeah. Why do you always wear steel toes? They said. Mm-hmm. Yep. There's about zero chance this goes as smoothly as I think it will. So I'm gonna get this tape started. Just have it sitting right here for when I'm done. Wasn't so bad. Oh. Piece of cake, piece of crumb cake. Name that movie. If you name that movie, I'll name you in the next video. Piece of cake, piece of crumb cake. Nice. You hear that? Tacos. 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 Well, he's gonna do more, but tacos. You understand. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe and stay tuned for part 2. I don't know if we're going to pull this one off.